Alright, so I just suddenly thought of the bright idea to try to break the Half-Life hazard course as much as possible. So I kind of just, all I had to do to find bugs was try. Okay, no one gives a crap. Can we not? Can we just not? Let me tell you what, I'm not going to show you all this because there's nothing really exciting. There's nothing exciting from the time I get to well, actually, first of all, forgot. Right here, I'm going to demonstrate a technique I'm going to use, which I like to call vaulting, and I fail it twice here. It's actually, I run and crouch jump at the exact right moment, so I just kind of soar over the object I'm trying to jump over. I use that a lot in this video. Okay, so here's where the real fun starts. Basically what I do is, I go over to that railing, and I crouch jump, or more like, I guess I kind of vaulted. I vault over to the pipe. This is the crouching section, by the way. I vault over to the pipe, and what I do is, I jump on top of it, then jump to the next pipe, and as soon as I hit the next pipe, push the use key, which for some reason stops me from moving. Then, as you can see here, I have managed to complete that section of the course without triggering any of the lights. You can do the same thing on the crouch and jump mode, on the crouch and jump section. However, it's not possible to not trigger either of the jumping ones. You have to, you basically just have to trigger them. And also, if you're wondering what exactly I skipped, there was pretty much nothing exciting from the HEV suit to up until the crouching section, because I tried a bunch of stuff and none of it was working, and of course there's nothing interesting about the jumping sections. Anyway, this is the weirdest one, if you ask me, and really the most ridiculously hard to do. I'm pretty much going to end up skipping a ton of this right here, because as you can see, what I'm basically trying to do is I'm trying to get around all the pipes. Once you get around all the pipes, though, you can't actually exit the door. It skips the trigger zones entirely for everything. Basically, what I finally figured out during the making of this video is you have to go over onto that railing right there, and you can't just stay on the concrete part when you do this trick, because you'll hit your head on the light bulbs, and you can't get past it. Anyway, I've pretty much almost got it, I think. So, and as you might have been clued in on, I'm actually narrating this after I've recorded it, so if I make any interesting remarks, it's because, yeah. And then at this last one, you can't crouch jump over it, I figured out, so actually what I do is I vault over the invisible wall right there. Not sure why there is an invisible wall, but basically once I get to the end, I couldn't exit the door. But I can go through the pipes backwards, and when I go through the pipes backwards, for some reason, it still triggers the lights, and then I can go around all the pipes again, and when I get to the door will open. So, as you can see here, I epically fail at trying to get around the pipes some more, because, you know, that's always fun. And, yeah, and I actually think the reason there's all these bugs in the hazard course is because basically what I did was I just did things that they never would have expected you to do. Like, in a training course, the creator of the training course would expect the player of the game to do exactly what it said. You know, the newly trained player probably wouldn't be doing anything crazy. So it's probably just a programming overlook, or in this case a mapping overlook. So, I mean, really they're not crazy bugs, it's just really kind of funny. Like, I think I made it through. I actually did make it through the course in this video without collecting a single battery. That's right, not a single battery. And there's actually nothing really interesting in this ladder room, so I just kind of went straight through it. But here's an interesting thing. Basically, if you position yourself on that button just right, then you can jump off of it and hurt yourself in this triple jump portion of the course. It's impossible to hurt yourself in this part of the course normally. So that's pretty funny. Oh, by the way, many of them don't actually work in Source. And the reason I paused right there is actually because Vass was just being a real pal and popping up stuff in front of me while I was trying to play the game, so... Anyway, right here, what I'm doing is I was actually able to jump off of that button again and get to this portion of the map without actually collecting the long jump module, which doesn't do you a whole lot of good because it's impossible to continue without it. And so finally I do a long jump and go back and get it, of course. And then there's this weird section of the map that you can just jump up onto. And then jumping off of it, if you land on the ground, you'll hurt yourself. So, oh, that was a long jump, by the way. So, that's real nice. I mean, I don't even know why that's there. I actually kind of wonder if they were just there because they were planning on putting something else in there. But anyway, now what I do here is, since we, of course, don't want to do it the normal way, I actually long jumped over to this rim over here, and you can, for some reason, just kind of stand on it. And then I fell in a way I didn't really want to. And, yeah. And then, I figured out if I jump right here, or actually if I long jump, that is the most you can hurt yourself in that portion of the map. So... that is the, I'm pretty sure that's the absolute most you can hurt yourself right there. And so I spend a good long while, actually, charging myself with the health kit. And then... and then she talks for a very long time. There we go. And more ways to hurt yourself? Yeah, absolutely. And so I continue on here. And normally you're supposed to spin the bridge with the control wheel, and then jump onto that bridge. Ain't nobody got time for that. I didn't even trigger the zone right there. If you land on the grating, you actually do still trigger the zone. Who cares about the box anyway? No one really, you don't need the box, so I just mess around with the box and bully it as much as possible, and then shove it straight down that path right there, and I get great satisfaction from it. No, not really. It was kind of ridiculous and dumb for me to have done that. But I get right in the middle of the gap and long jump, and I can get across it. Then, you don't actually need to push or pull this box at this portion of the map. All you have to do is, and actually I accidentally pushed it, so I pulled it back a tiny bit. You can crouch jump on top of it and just get right over it. And then, right here, you don't even need these boxes, which I actually learned from trying to play the game and from trying to do the training course in F5 Source, because the physics collision stuff in the Source engine is way different than in Gold Source. So I couldn't ever actually get the big box up on one of those platforms. It just wouldn't go. Basically, you can just crouch jump once you're on one of those platforms on there. Next, you actually only have to swing your crowbar one time through the entire map. Because as you can see here, I jumped on that table, stepped onto the button, crouch jumped on top of the box, and was able to just skip that entire portion of the map. The one time you actually do have to swing the crowbar is at this grate to break it. There's no way past it otherwise. And, yeah, those windows are totally breakable. I love doing that. Now, we actually managed to get through this part of the map without picking up a single battery. Basically, I just long jump right here. Aww. I just long jump right here and... I just long jump right here and... Can I make it? Yeah, totally can make it. And didn't want to fall off again, so I turned my flashlight on. And so I'm able to get past that part without picking up a single battery. That's normally impossible. And yeah, sorry, there's no skip for the target course. Although, you can long jump onto these tables for some reason, and you can also break the tables, but that's not really very important now, is it? Okay, so for some reason when I walked through this door the first time, it made a button sound. I really don't know what was up with that.
Waiting to run. You'll have to hit.
Yeah, take that, rat. Just blow to a million pieces. That's alright with me. Don't you worry. Alright, so once I was finished piddling around in the target range, I realized you can jump off of that and hurt yourself pretty bad. Like, what in the world is up with that? On another note, for some reason, you can also long jump over to that random ledge right there. There's absolutely no reason to do it, but you can do it. And yes, there's an invisible wall above those. Like, I actually tried no-clipping, and when I went right there, the world started doing its weird out-of-bounds thing, so... yeah. And... and also, yeah, another way to hurt yourself, right here. Just watch this. This is kind of funny, actually. 1 point of damage, yeah! Alright, I don't know what's up with that, but... you don't even have to charge up either. You can just kind of run into the charger. And you can also crouch jump right here to... really? Really? You can also crouch jump right here to avoid taking damage. So, just kind of make your way across there. Right here, also pretty simple to avoid taking damage. Just crouch underneath it. Like, I don't even understand why it's like that, but... for some unknown reason, if you long jump and slam your face into this box right here, you do not take damage. You have to be at this specific angle, too. See, no, it didn't take any damage. You have to be at that specific angle, because otherwise it doesn't trigger it. And, really, there's no way to avoid getting hurt in here, but since I didn't pick up any batteries, I long jumped to the ladder. That way I only got 1 tick of damage taken away, but look at it, it took 5 away because I didn't have any batteries. That's ridiculous. And so finally I went to the elevator and went on down, and notice this funny bug right here. That text isn't localized. Like, that text is localized on Blue Shift, but it's not localized in normal Half-Life for some reason. And this isn't a bug or a glitch or anything, but these soda pops heal you if you didn't already know that. 1 point. So if you find a part in single player with soda pops, and you're like at 11 HP, you can actually heal yourself that way. But it takes forever. And also, okay, that guy will follow you. I don't know why. And, Half-Life crashed while I was recording the first time, and somehow also managed to crash Bandicam. When I pushed E on him, it crashed the game, so... thanks, Half-Life, you're a real pal. Corrupted the video file, couldn't get it to load up in anything but Media Player Classic, and on the 20-second mark in the video, it crashed Media Player Classic. Next, I was able to long jump over that rail right there, and it did not trigger her speech. So I walked over there and it triggered her speech. Also, the trigger to end the training course, hazard course, is not when the train goes into the tunnel. It's when you go into the tunnel. So I sent the train on its own way, and the level did not end. So basically then I just walked on the rails to go over there. And also I did test this, I didn't show it on video, but you don't even have to take the train. If you just walk over there, it ends it. So, just kind of jump at that ledge right there, and it will let you through eventually. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Some of those were actually kind of entertaining, but, oh my goodness, I was so upset when I found out that the video file had been corrupted. I was kind of feeling sick at my stomach, because I was like, oh my goodness. But I really wanted to get this video released, so I went ahead and redid it, even though I really didn't want to. But, again, thanks, Half-Life, you're a real pal. But, as always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. And I swear if when I hit the stop recording button, Vegas crashes. Wouldn't that just be great? It would be super great.